Hey Boxers, welcome back. For this video, we're going to create a simple button in HTML and CSS, and then we're going to connect it to an on-click function event. Stay tuned. All right, so buttons are pretty boring out of the box. When you put in a simple button, click me, that is all you get. So what I would like to do is to style a button in a way that makes more sense to your users, is a bit more attractive, and makes them want to click on it. So we're going to keep that button there as just a reference point. And what I'm going to do is we're going to start with a container, and I'm just going to add padding to that container. It'll kind of put everything into the center. And we'll go ahead and wrap this. And we'll do click me. Okay, and now we'll go ahead and format this. Now, right below this, we are going to put an HR, and then we're going to start creating our own button. Now, I will put everything inside of a span class that we'll call button. We'll start with that. And we'll do click me. Okay. Now, I haven't styled it, and I've put it into a span class so that I can just have complete control. I want a simple inline element that I can style. So first thing I'm going to do is just declare some colors, and I like to use CSS variables for that. I feel like they're the most useful, and if you watch closely at what I'm about to do, it will make a lot of sense and why you should use them. So you start off with a double dash, and then you identify the color, how you want to call it in your style sheet. So let's call it blue, and this is I've picked some colors out already. So this is a blue that I like. Okay, and then we'll pick out a darker blue. And then let's do some, let's pull this up a bit here. Let's do some light gray. We'll use that for the font colors. And we'll do a lighter gray, which we're going to use on hover. And we'll do another button color called light green. And we'll do a medium green for the hover. All right, now, and this is how we're going to reference our colors in our style sheet. So initially, I want my button to have a few things that all buttons will have. For example, they're all going to have the same padding. They're all going to have the same cursor interaction, which is a pointer. And I want them to all have the same border radius. And this is just a personal preference. This isn't something that you have to do. You're, of course, welcome to play around with whatever you want. Init is my shorthand for initial, which is just how I want to begin the this, in this case, a button. So let's set our border radius to 5 pixels. Set our cursor to pointer, and we'll set a padding. This is shorthand for this right here is the top and the bottom. And this right here is going to be to the left and the right. Okay, and that is shorthand for this. So as you can see, it's quite painstaking to have to type out all of that. So use padding as your general, and then top and bottom, left and right. All right, now I want to identify some button sizes. And for that, we'll do quick comment, and we'll start with a button small, and we'll do a button medium, we'll do a button large, and we'll do a button extra large. So all of these, the only difference between each one of these is going to be the font size. And because the padding is standard on all buttons, then as the font size grows, the button will grow. So I'll set this font size to 1 EM. And we'll do the medium size at 1.5 EM. We'll do the large button at 2 EM. And we'll do extra large at 2.5. And for button background colors, this is where the colors that we declared up here in our variables, this is where these are going to come into play. So I've got blue, darker blue, light gray, lighter gray, light green, medium green. So for my button, my blue button, it's going to have a BG or background of blue. And you're going to start to see some styles take effect over here. You can already see the cursor, and you can see the padding on the left-hand side over here. It's not flush with this. It's in slightly. So for background color, and this is how you declare a variable. You do var parentheses, double dash, and you call your color. And let's go ahead and style this up here so you can see how things are moving along. So let's do a button small, and then we'll do a background of blue. Okay, and you can already see that it's starting to phase in here. All right, and then for the color, okay, which is the font color, we'll do var double dash, and we'll do a light gray. Okay, and now you can see how that changes color a little bit. And I'm going to add this for now so that I don't forget it, but I want to add a transition in here. And you'll see how that takes effect. Now we're going to add our hover state, which is a pseudo class, which is called hover. And basically it creates a new state for this button so that when I'm hovering over it, it's going to do whatever is in this block here. So background color, and this is another variable, darker blue, and then color lighter gray. Okay, now watch this button. See how that transitions, and I'll make it a bit bigger so that you can see the full effect here. When I hover over it, okay, it doesn't click, it doesn't do anything yet because we haven't assigned it to our JavaScript function yet, but it is interactive by way of CSS. Okay, so now so that we have some options, we're going to do a green button. Do background color var light green. And then for this, we'll do another hover state. And we'll do this one medium green. Okay, so if I change this to green, we're going to get our green button, and it's going to slightly change based on that. And if I change this to extra large, we're going to get an extra large button. Change this back to blue, we're going to get a blue button, a blue extra large button. So as you can see, if you create these classes ahead of time, it's very easy to go in and change all of these. Now, the purpose of the variables here, let's say, for instance, this blue here, okay, this is the color of the blue. Okay, let's say I don't quite like that blue, and maybe I want to make it a different blue. Well, all I have to do is come up here, change that, and that will automatically change it. So, and the key to this is so that, and this lesson is really on creating the button. It's not really on anything else. But imagine if you had 50 different elements on your website, all identified with this blue, and your company suddenly changes its color palette to a different shade of blue, then you can just come in here, change this once, and re-upload your style sheet, and it will change throughout your entire website. Okay, and that's how CSS variables work. All right, so now we have our button in here, and let's bring this back down a bit. Okay, so we have a nice size button. Okay, ugly button, good button. All right, now let's write in a simple JavaScript function that we can use to test this button and see how it works. So let's do a quick function, call it hey. Let's open our code block and create a constant called u, and we'll set a prompt, and we're going to ask a question. Sorry, I like to use backticks instead of apostrophes. What's your name? Okay, and we can test this function right here. Put another HR, and we'll pass a variable. We'll just call it hello. Okay. And in here, we'll actually, the variable here, hello, is going to be what we reference at the very end. Just to test the button, we don't need to do that. To test the button, we'll do an on-click event. And we'll do hey, and we'll call that function. Okay, and now you can call that function. What's your name? Now, if I put my name in here, it's not going to do anything because I haven't done anything with it. Okay, now I'm going to do something with it. And with that, we're going to write a simple if statement, if you, okay, which is this variable here, if you is not null, okay, meaning if there is some value in there, then, okay, we'll put our code block, then we want to print a message to our HTML. Hello, you. Welcome to my website. Okay, now when we pass this out, this is in reference to this. So once I've completed this function, as long as I've entered in something, then it will say, hello, you, whatever name you enter, welcome to my website. So let's try it out. What's your name? Jared. Hello, Jared. Welcome to my website. Okay, so I hope this video helps. A little JavaScript in here, a lot of CSS, and how to get it all into your HTML. As always, like and subscribe for more videos. We'll see you next time.